Back everybody, it's me Taj. Hope you guys have all been doing well, and today I've got something a little bit different for you guys. So I ordered something back in November 2022. It's now it's August. Well, I got this late July 2023. It is the One Piece card game Premium Card Collection 25th Anniversary Edition. In English. Yes, I've had this in Japanese, but this is the English version. We're going to go through this today. I'm going to show you what it's like, but let me show you what it comes in. So you basically get this cardboard box that it comes in. I ordered 5 of these. You're going to be wondering, Taj, why on earth did you order 5? Well, I wanted to keep one sealed, and I also wanted to have a play set of all the cards. So I originally ordered 3, and then I ordered another 2 to basically fulfill my needs. So this is what the folder looks like. It's obviously Japanese style, so it opens backwards. So you're going to be wondering, why is that on the front and it's opening backwards? It's Japanese. Japanese style always open backwards. If you read mangas, you'd probably know that already anyway. The back of the folder shows you all 10 of the Straw Hat crew that are included in here in a manga style artwork with slight bit of texturing on the cards. I'll get to that in just a moment, but let's have a look at the folder itself first. So as you can see, you've got all the artwork of all 10 cards on the back. Got some information at the bottom there about, if you're purchasing this in English, this is who it's distributed by and what have you. Looks like this is the European version because it doesn't mention anything about the US here. So I'm assuming there might be a different version for the US Premium Bandai guys, but this one's come through the UK distribution where you can only UK and EU, where we don't have a Premium Bandai's online store. So we have to purchase it from our local game shops. So let's open this up and have a look. And there we have it. We've got all 10 of them. Now these are absolute nightmare to get out of these. So you be very, very careful when you do get them out. But we can have a quick look. But I'm going to show you these cards a lot closer up in just a moment. But this is what they look like placed in the folder. Like I said, you've got the plastic film across the whole book. Each one's wrapped individually in its own plastic. It does have across the middle at the back, there's a very strong adhesive tape, double-sided tape. So when you try and pull the cards off, you might bend them. So be very careful. The way I've done it, I will sort of demonstrate, is you got the little tabs. I just gently lifted them up and I sort of prized them open and slid the card out. That's how I did it. So I'm not going to demonstrate on camera because I don't want to ruin the card. It's a very, very precise operation you need to do. Let's go through the cards. Let's bring the camera down here a little bit closer to a wonderful Monkey D. Luffy mat. So first card is Monkey himself, and it is the P001 promo. And as you can see, you've got that sort of bubbled texturing in the background that you might expect in a comic. The foreground is full sort of glossy, as you can see, so the main image. But yeah, you do get that texturing on the background, which is really nice. And this one is obviously P001, which is the first ever promo. This card's had a lot of reprints, including the serialized Luffy card as well. But it's literally Don ×2. This character gains Rush, and it doesn't have any counter. It's a 6 cost, 7,000. So you can play it for 6, attach 2 Don to it, and then you're suddenly a 9,000 power Rush, which can be very useful in some instances. It's also Supernova Straw Hat Crew, so searchable with Nami or by Bonnie. So yeah, it could be good in a deck like Lore. I've not used this particular version in my Lore deck, but I might think about using it. Second card is Zoro. I'm going to go through these cards in the order that they joined the Straw Hat crew. So there is a random order in the book, but we'll go through the order they joined the crew. Zoro is the second card. This is the leader for Zoro. Now this is a really, really good alternate art to have. It's from OP01, card number 1 from the set. And this is a super playable deck at the moment. Red is super strong in the OP03 format. Zoro and Whitebeard seem to be the ones to go for, even now that they've nerfed with the restrictions recently as well. Zoro's still doing really well here in the West. And this one is Don ×1, your turn, all of your characters gain plus 1,000 power. This is literally about rushing stuff out, getting vanilla cards out sometimes and just giving them an extra 1,000 power buff. Your opponent's going to run. Your aim is to get your opponent to run out of blockers and just use all their cards in hand as counters to try and stop your attacks getting through. but it rushes in very quickly, and that's the whole idea of trying to stop this Zorro deck. Okay, the next one is a staple in every single red deck, well, most red decks that are not Whitebeard. It is Nami. So this is the 1-cost 2,000 power Nami from OP01, card number 16. It's got 1,000 counter. We're not really fussed about the counter too much. The most important thing about this card is when you play it, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you reveal one Straw Hat Crew type card other than Nami and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Straw Hat Crew card, so that includes events as well. So pick up your Gum Gum, Jet Pistols, whatever you want, as long as they're in the top 5, in the 5 cards that you look at, then yes, that is quite good. And it's good to know that obviously this is obviously a very playable card because it's any Straw Hat Crew card. Next up is Usopp, 2-cost 2,000, a 1,000 counter. This is from the starter deck. It's card number 2 from the starter deck. It's got a trigger as well. You can play this card for free if it comes out your life. But it's Don times 2. When attacking, your opponent cannot activate a blocker character that has 5,000 or more power during this battle. So there's a few blockers out there. You know, Law comes to mind. I think there's a Mihawk. No. Yeah, there's a few blockers over 5,000 power, so this works pretty good. So yeah, and it's obviously a Straw Hat Crew card as well. Next up, we've got Usopp. Not Usopp, I just did Usopp. Sanji. We got Sanji. Counter 2,000, so that's quite useful. 2 to play, 3,000 combat power. Activate main once per turn. You may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. This character gains plus 2,000 power during this turn. Then give this character up to 2 rested Don cards. So this is really good in a deck like Zorro. You know, you could play this, potentially even, you could sort of, I've not seen anyone play it in a Law deck, but you could potentially play it in a Law deck as well. And essentially you're losing 1 life, so you're sacrificing a life. So good if you're going for the win here. This suddenly gets 2,000 power, taking it up to 5,000, and then you give it 2 rested Don as well. So it's a 3,000 suddenly becomes a 7,000 power attacker, which requires your opponent, if they don't have a blocker, to 7,000. You're going to have to use at least 2 counters, which yeah is quite good, especially if they're running low on cards in hand and you're looking to sort of finish a game off. And for a 2-cost, you can still play like your Rush. Luffy as well with cannot activate blocker, so that's a pretty nice card. Then our essential blocker, our 1-cost 1,000 power Tony Chopper blocker card. That's it. It's a blocker. It's not got no counter, but it's super useful, especially in you Law players out there. I'm a Law player. I've got 4 copies of this in my deck. Have done since day 1. Never swapped it out. Really useful card to have. And it's obviously searchable with Curly Dedan as well. Okay, 3-cost Nico Robin here. Nico Robin, 5,000 power, 3 costs. So it's a vanilla with a counter 1,000. That's pretty much all you need to say about this card. It's from the starter deck. It's a vanilla card, and it gives you 1,000 counter and 5,000 for 3. So again, you could play some shenanigans with your Law when you drop that 5-cost Law. That is, pick up a card and play another 3-cost character. You could potentially cheat this out with that. Again, I'm talking a lot about Law because I play with my Law deck quite a bit. Okay, Frankie's the next one. 1,000 counter. Again, this is vanilla, 4 costs. So you're going to have plus 2,000 or whatever the cost is. 4 costs will give you 6,000. Vanilla with a 1,000 counter. That's what Frankie is. So yeah, quite a nice card there. And then we've got Brook, not the Brook that's super playable with the 2,000 counter, just a 1,000 counter Brook, this one. 4 cost, 5,000 power, but Don times 1. When attacking, give up to 2 of your opponent characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. That could be useful if you're going to be using a Gum Jet Pistol. You can use a Tama to bring down even bigger things to make them within Gum Jet Pistol range. But yeah, up to 2 of your characters minus 2,000. That's pretty nice. Okay, and finally we've got Jinbei. Jinbei is a 3-cost 5,000, no counter, but he does have an ability of Don times 1. When attacking, up to 1 of your leaders or character cards other than this card gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. So yeah, could be quite good in one of those rush decks like Zoro, you know. Added on to it, that suddenly becomes a 6,000, so somebody's going to have to use 2,000 counter against it to stop an attack. But at the same time, you're giving a leader or another character 1,000. Being able to give your leader another 1,000 is really good, because you know you can commit to giving your leader an attack. They're going to be exposed either way, whether they're tapped or not. So yeah, useful indeed. So there we have it. That's all 10 of the cards from the 25th anniversary. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you play with any of these cards? Did you manage to be smart enough and know about this early enough that you ordered some, or have you picked some up from your local game shop recently as well? Comments in the description, comments in the box below. I'm losing my words here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on another one soon. Take care, pirates. Bye.